be mad. You're going to get a lot of hate. There was some of that. Some people troubled. But some text saying, man, thank you. Like Bev saying, thank you so much for Follow Up Friday today. She says, it explains so much of what I have seen and felt going on around me, but I could not fit it. But the explanations today were so helpful.
Yeah, we talked conspiracy theories before this week, and people got mad at me. And so, with more clarity and with scriptural backup, I said that subscribing to, spreading, and obsessing about conspiracy theories is sinful. Why? Because it's gossip, it's inconsistent with the fruits of the Spirit, it's lying, and it's conduct unbecoming an ambassador of Christ. And it's amazing to me how many people were texting yeah buts.
Oh my goodness, a whole lot. We got a long email of someone that was mad at Brian, called him a young man, and said,
I resemble that remark.
Ended by saying, I hope when you're my age, you know better, and I'm never going to write to you again or listen to you again. He was mad. And he listed a lot of conspiracies, I guess.
Sounds like he's full of the fruits of the Spirit.
Yeah, it was that. But I thought we were going to get a lot more of those.
Well, it's amazing to me how hard people want to... Like, yeah, but conspiracies, like they're fighting so hard for conspiracies.
But to them, it's not conspiracy. That's what I don't understand. You're talking to...
Man, you got problems.
Like, you're talking to the people that get it. That's the issue with this. To the people that you are actually directing the comments to, they don't call it conspiracy. So it's right over their head. So how do you address that? Number one, here, but number two, that's the problem with people in their homes.
When you believe something somebody told you, or you believe some random YouTube video, or a blog from an obscure website, you just believe it because they said it, that's gossip.
Yeah.
It's easy. If you're able to verify with legitimate, respectable sources that something is true, then we can call it true.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we shouldn't be worrying about all that mess, because it's lying, it's gossip, it's dangerous, it doesn't display the fruits of the Spirit, it produces fear and anger. We shouldn't be wasting our time on all that garbage.
Miss Anita is here, Myrna's here. You haven't talked junk to Myrna in a long time.
Because Myrna doesn't show up anymore.
Oh.
Just kidding, Myrna's my favorite.
Angie, what's up, Myrna? Angie? Carmen Morales is here. Sheila says she loved the topic this morning. Kelly says, so many things to ponder this week. Thank you for keeping it real.
That's one of the things I do.
Keeping it real. What's up, Tammy?
Would Len say that about me? Oh, that Brian, he keeps it real.
No.
No? He wouldn't say that?
And none of my kids. You do not have fans in my house. Nick says, in a sweet way. Pamela says, hola, right. But you're preaching to the choir right here. I told you.
Well, yeah.
Charles Walker, he's a deep brother. Actually, Charles, we missed your comment, but yesterday, and he missed it too. I'm going to be a nice sister in the Lord, and I'm going to tell him. He was like, man, that brother Brian, he is woke. He called you the W word. Yeah.
I bet Rob would even admit that.
What's up, Rob? Myrna says, I have a job. Thank you. Carmen says, what is the topic? We're talking about conspiracies, QAnon, the danger and sin of it. Kathy says, because who at this point knows telling you the is telling you the truth? Is CNN reliable? Fox? No news source. We saw what's happening with social media no, seriously, that's a thing.
No, but I got something to say to that. That's a pretty easy one for me. There are certain news organizations that still have journalistic integrity. They have like legitimate academic processes for vetting stories and checking sources.
Like who? Because people have asked you that. Did we try?
You know what? I'm not even going to say that because it should be obvious. Because if I start saying stuff, people will be like, "Oh, I can't believe you like that, Brian. You're terrible."
It's
because you didn't say my favorite source. No, because here's the job of the Christian. Are we called to discern?
Yes, we are.
Here's what I do. If someone sends me an article that says some dramatic thing that seems like it may or may not be true, I just don't know, I try to verify it with another source that I know has journalistic integrity.
Yeah.
And if I can't verify it, I don't talk about it. Can you go to Fox, the New York Times, the Washington Post? Can you go to all those and see the same story being told can you read through the information and go, well, this person says this one says that, but they all three say this. That's how you can discern what's true.
Yeah.
It's not easy to do, like that mother that called us, Melissa. She said she didn't have time to research it.
Yeah.
And if you don't have time to research things, admit it and stop believing everything people tell you, because that's called gossip.
Carmen, what's up, Carmen?
I know
Amy.
I sounded mad about that, Kathy. I'm glad you asked
He
that
always
question.
sounds mad. Amy Lynch, what's up? Gary says Brian doesn't talk junk.
That's right.
Charles says, is there a way to listen to your show online? I was trying really hard. Charles, we're going to give you the link to listen online. You can also download the Moody Radio app and listen there.
And hey, our podcast today, 10 a.m. podcast is Mark Caleb Smith's interview yesterday. He's a political scientist, talked about the Capitol and everything. It's really good.
And can we have all you awesome people agree to one thing? I see all 52 of you on Facebook. Everybody's going to go to our podcast and you're going to rate it and you're going to put I love Jannelle.
And Brian's the best. Thank you.
It helps. And share. Jennifer Jones, Doctor.
You always forget to call her doctor.
I know, I'm sorry.
I don't forget that.
Good. She says, good morning, my people. And Brian. I wanted to listen. I wanted to listen this morning, but I didn't have the energy to engage in this week's craziness this morning. Girl, I was so mentally and emotionally exhausted yesterday. I did do something. I homeschooled from my bed, got up. I did. And then no. You know how when you're at your job, you're like, okay, I'll see you in my office. I'll be like, okay, here's your assignment. If you need help or when you're done, I'll see you in my bed. Right? I'll be like, yeah. And I'm like, I'll see you in my bed. They all know. They're just coming in. I got up only because they had piano class and then came home and went back into bed because my brain. And then my awesome friend Kimasha, I hope she's on here now.
You know that I'm Kimasha's favorite.
She just knew. Oh, actually, I'm going to tell you what she said. She just knew. You scared, I know. She just knew I needed some emotional support. And she was so sweet. She was like, can you text me when you're having these issues on the show? And can you ask for prayer? So it's just so cool to have people like Miss Anita, Miss
Myrna.
on the show before. Tanks is the bomb. What'd you say?
Kimasha has said that.
She did say that you're her favorite. I don't care. I got my team. Right, Dr. Jones? Thank you. Jennifer Gordon says, so important. Conspiracy theories started as soon as COVID did. Thank you for addressing it truthfully via biblical truth. Charles says they are clowns. He's talking about Brian and Kelly. Sharon
no, he's talking about Len, his personality is very similar to Homie the Clown.
Homie the Clown.
If you go watch any old clips of Homie the Clown, that will be a very similar experience to hanging out with Len Nevels.
Yes. Ask anybody in my house. Callie says, I have trouble watching the news. I get my news from listening to Moody Radio.
Oh, Callie.
And Mora says, happy Friday. Charles says, right, discern. You have to check and recheck.
It takes work.
Yeah. Pamela says, it's kind of like trying to tell someone that everything with a Bible quote isn't automatically Christian. Telling your teen you've been there. It's living examples in relationship that change lives.
That's right. Preach.
Danella says, good morning. That's my girl. I love you, Danella. Can't wait to meet you in person. Carmen Morales. She says, that's right. It's something I said. Angie says, bump it against the word of God. Charles is getting excited.
Facts. Right.
What's the point of view?
That's right.
Charles says, I promise. What's that about?
I don't know.
Eric, what's up? Eric says, hi, Brian and Jannelle. Miss our travels to Ghana.
Oh, yeah. Eric, what is up? Eric,
Wow, that
Eric
took
and
you
I
a while.
were part of the team from Moody that went to Ghana. Eric's the man. He's a photographer, great guy, loves Jesus,
Took
from
you
Chicago.
A long time. Sorry, Eric,
What's
that
up?
he didn't recognize your name. Sharon says, I'm sad that what? Okay. Rachel says, yeah, it was exhausting yesterday.
Yeah,
Rachel. Jennifer says, I did the same thing this week. I actually did not do school with the 4-year-old because I didn't have the energy. Oh my goodness, it's exhausting.
Dr. Jones.
Actually,
Me and
Dr.
Mrs. Jones.
I'm going to share it on my Facebook page, but there's a link that was shared in some homeschool group that I'm a part of, and it's from teachers, and it's like teacher resources to share with kids this week. Based on the storming of the Capitol. Kids have questions.
Me and Mrs. Jones.
Excuse me. Gary says there's a reason that Brian's name is first on the show's headline.
That's right.
That's because he's the man, and Christians believe the man should go first. That's all. Callie says was pretty good. Team Brian here. Callie. Charles says Brian and Jannelle. Someone came to me yesterday about white privilege. Yesterday, yesterday called me hateful. Brian, I know you have spoken on this before, but please, we are not.
Charles, you know what? I'm so sorry somebody went after you. We have talked about that on the show before. There's even somebody, if you listen to the show today, called in, and he didn't even want to say it. He called the P word.
Yeah, I was like, what did he just say?
Because he knows how explosive it is.
What is up with that? But we're not going there. I'll let you finish.
I think at some point we'll address that again, Charles, but...
We did a whole show on it. You don't remember?
Oh, I do. And she taught school from bed yesterday, and I feel like doing the show from bed right now. So I don't know if I have the energy to deal with the mess that comes out of talking about that.
Sheila says, I love the perspective of how conspiracies are essentially just gossip. What's the best way to deal with people who are constantly spawning out one or another? Ignore, pray, confront?
It's a great question, Sheila. We had that Nick who was with us. I don't know if he's here today. My twin's here. Carlton's here. What's up, Carlton? My twin. Shut your mouth. Why are you laughing?
Is the brownest brother I've seen. And you're going to call him
I'm the
your
brownest
twin.
brother you've seen? You need to get out more.
What's his name? Carlton is.
You know what? You don't know my twin? Wow.
Okay, go ahead.
No, but we had Nick here, and Nick told us his story about getting caught up in conspiracy theories and being rescued from them. And he honestly said the best way to get somebody out of that mess is
Rachel,
just
yeah.
love them.
Yeah, Rachel. She says the only reason your name's first is because it's alphabetical order. B comes before the J. That's all. That's right. That's right.
So you love them unconditionally and consistently, even when they tell you crazy stuff and even when they reject you.
It is true. Carmen says, have a blessed day. We love you, Carmen. We got 2 minutes. We got to go. Gary is cool. Wow. He said, homie is hilarious.
Yeah, Len is hilarious.
That means he watches In Living Color. Wow. That's Len. If you were wondering, that's all
I
Len.
showed it to her and she just about fell on the floor.
Yeah, that's how he talks to the kids. Yeah.
You think that's funny? Homie, don't play that.
Yes. Except he don't do that. He does something else. It's pretty messed up. He'll flick him on the. He'll be like, "What you just said?" John says, "Good morning and happy Friday."
Oh, John Jacob Dingleheimer Schmidt's here.
Isn't he Dr. J?
Yes.
Jennifer says, "Yes, please." Ray H10 asked me about it when I was watching. Yeah, it's kind of messed up. So, hey, we're learning a lot. My kids, the 10, 11-year-olds. Who fell in love with Very Presidential, the podcast that you told me about, and who love Andrew Johnson.
You finally give me credit.
Saw yesterday, they were like, oh yeah, we know about this because Andrew Johnson's so jacked up. So I had them watching some of the press conferences yesterday.
Sure, yeah.
And so they kind of were like, this ain't crazy. Like we heard about Andrew Johnson.
Yeah, but you know what though? Having a good, healthy view of American history in its totality. You don't have to know details, but the wider view of various eras can give you comfort when things like that happen.
Yeah. Kelly says, seriously, Kelly? Gary.
Oh, about alphabetical.
Oh, Nick's here.
With the title.
That's
Nick.
right.
Nick.
That's right.
Nick.
Woo-hoo!
Thank you. I hope you heard me. I read your whole email to us. It was so great. I read it on the air today. You're the man.
Did you see what he said? We have a listener for a lifetime in him.
Well, we will hold you to that, sir.
Hold on.
Did you see Carlton talking about us being twins?
Charles says, just know I love you both. Thank you, Charles, brother, because I was like, wow. Carlton says, it's okay she's hating on us, Brian. We kept ourselves looking good and fresh haircut, and we both can sing.
We twins.
I can notice your haircut, Carlton.
Carlton's my twin.
Sharon says, would love to meet you all sometime, but it's not possible unless God wills.
Yeah.
Fire Marshal Bill.
Let me tell you something.
I've heard him being compared to a fire marshal. Sorry, just jumping in. I want to share my comments here since I can't call and get a mug. Says Sarah.
Oh, Sarah, you don't have phones in Ecuador? Oh, you do actually. Wow.
Rachel says, love the morning show, period. Have a blessed weekend. I'll be celebrating my birthday. Happy birthday, Rachel.
Aunt Twee is here. Aunt Twee is here.
Aunt Twee. Rachel, morning show, period. Okay. Brian, I'm gonna wear my glasses today.
Oh,
See-
wait. It's Rachel's birthday. You skipped that.
No, I did. I said happy
Oh,
birthday,
oh,
Rachel.
okay. Happy
Woo!
birthday. Sorry, I thought you
Yeah.
skipped.
Robert says, okay, and then we gotta go. Hi, Kelly, and you two really have a great spirit of persistence. Keep the faith. Len is no clown, but he sure is funny like homie. He is no clown, but he knows how to regulate. That's what he does.
Honestly, Homie the Clown is not happy that he's a clown. He doesn't want to be a clown.
Listen, Rob, I'm not playing though. When he's checking the kids, he acts funny. Like it's on purpose, and then they get in trouble if anybody cracks a smile because they're supposed to be in trouble. Who's laughing? Did I just see somebody laugh? Oh my gosh, Brian, it is so dysfunctional.
No, it's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
I love it. I love it.
All right, we gotta go, y'all. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna try to catch him and I'm gonna record it because it's messed up.